Then that man says, I was already suspicious of you, because I don't know why, but crowds kept chasing after you again and again, and each time you brought them straight to us. I knew from the beginning that something was wrong with you. I think you're the one they call the Witch of Destruction. Here we also see Mino, who truly looks like a witch as she uses her powers. The man says, tell me, who sent you? Were you sent by someone from the Black Forest? Hearing this, Mino replies, what difference does it make now? What does it matter who sent me to kill you? What you should know is that you've killed many people, and because of that, a lot of people in the caves want to see you dead. Saying this, Mino begins her attack on them. On the other side, the clan member attacks Mino's daggers using Loki's sword. With just a single slash, all of her daggers break. Holding Loki's sword, he stands confidently and says, if you have any last words, say them now, because today, I'm going to kill you. Hearing this, Mino says, do you really think you can defeat me with just a small spirit weapon? The man replies, do you think I came to kill you with only a spirit weapon? You're mistaken. I have more people with me. Hearing his voice, Mino looks around and says, all the people I see here are at least first stage adapted players. We are shown all of them standing around. Mino continues, and besides, I can hear more footsteps approaching. It feels like there are around 30 or 40 people here. We see many people hiding between the trees. Mino says, yes, I can hear all their footsteps. I know you brought a whole pack of dogs with you. Hearing this, the man says, I had to bring so many people because we are facing a witch. And besides, you're accompanied by someone who killed 2 lion wolves in a single hit. Did you really think I'd come unprepared? He continues, I knew one thing for sure. I could easily take the spirit weapon from this crazy guy with you, but I didn't know he was that strong. That's why I called my master as well. It seems the entire Red Fox clan has arrived here, and their master looks extremely dangerous. Seeing him, Mino says, look at that. Even a black fox has arrived. So the black fox is here too. Seems like even after becoming the master, you still have a lot of free time. Hearing this, the master makes a strange face, showing his teeth and sticking his tongue out. He stares at Mino and says, consider me your executioner, because I've come here myself to kill you. We learn that he is a third stage adapted player and the leader of the Red Fox clan. He says, more than half of my clan members are here today to finish you. We see many people standing around him, some with only their eyes visible. Mino says, wow, such an honor. You came personally, and you even brought so many of your boys along. But inside, she thinks, I don't know if I can defeat a third stage adapted player. I don't think I can win this fight. She calls out to Loki and says, you foolish man. Forgive me. It hurts to say this, but I can't protect you here. She throws a stone toward Loki, and he quickly catches it. Mino says, take this and get out of here. Looking at the stone, Loki asks, what is this? Is it a nightmare stone? He asks her again what stone it is. She explains, this is called a return stone. Using it, you can teleport to the nearest fortress. I only had one, so you can use it to escape. Loki wonders what she's doing, thinking about others instead of saving herself. He also wonders about the stone. It can only transport someone to another place in the present, not send someone back in time. He thinks, why do I feel like maybe my friends might still be alive? And even if this isn't a nightmare stone, if I had a stone like this back then, I could have saved my injured friend. Suddenly Loki asks Mino, is there any way to go back in time? And if you had the chance to go back in time, would you do it? She replies, what are you even asking? Obviously, if I had a chance, I would never go back in time. After everything I've done to reach this point, I won't throw it all away, even if death is right in front of me. Even if I'm offered this chance at the moment of my death, I would reject it. Loki is shocked by her answer. He walks toward her, places a hand on her shoulder, and then steps forward. Loki says, Mino, you're not going to die today. He then pulls out a simple, normal sword from his inventory. Seeing this, Mino asks, what do you mean? But suddenly Loki vanishes with incredible speed. The ground where he was standing cracks from the force. He appears beside one of the enemies and slices his hand, and his body, clean in two. Seeing this, the leader activates his technique, the 14 techniques of the Fire King. His companions get excited and rush toward Loki to attack him. Loki watches them quietly. Then suddenly, his third awakening activates, Oblivion. His thinking speed and movement skills increase drastically. As the villains approach, half of one man's face suddenly disappears, and others are sliced or blown apart one by one. Loki slaughters them at terrifying speed. Within seconds, he reaches the leader and uses his step attack with the weak normal sword. The leader struggles helplessly. Loki's sword pierces deep into his arms and chest. Loki increases the power of his attack, and the sword goes straight into the leader's heart. He screams in agony. The earlier guy who had Loki's spirit sword watches his leader getting destroyed and is shocked. With a single attack, Loki defeats their leader. But Loki wonders why water-like liquid is coming out instead of blood. The man holding Loki's spirit sword runs to him, kneels and says, Master, here is your sword. It came to me by accident, and hands it back respectfully. Now with his real sword, Loki turns as the remaining enemies try to flee. Loki throws his sword back, performing a solo step attack. Even this normal step attack is so powerful that all the fleeing enemies die instantly. Even those hiding deeper in the forest are killed. Seeing such destructive power, Mino says, how is this possible? Just a normal step attack. How can it be this strong? I thought he was a weak idiot. I even stood in front of him to protect him. But I didn't know he was this powerful. He's not weak, he's terrifying. If he uses his full power, he could probably destroy the entire forest. We see the huge area destroyed by Loki's attack. It looks incredibly cool. After killing all enemies, Loki turns toward Mino. She asks, who exactly are you? What is your identity? I want to know everything about you. Loki replies, you want to know who I am? Did you forget? I told you earlier who I am. Mino is confused. She doesn't understand what he means. Loki says, I told you I lost all my memories. I thought I was the only one who lost my memory, but it seems like you're losing yours too. Mino says, fine. But why are you throwing this blood on me? And that stone I gave you? Give it back. Loki says, oh, that stone? I lost it by mistake. Mino gets angry and says, idiot, do you even know how valuable it was? Loki replies, if you loved it so much, you can search for it around here. The scene changes. We see a fire burning. Loki sits beside it, looking at the sky and thinking, it's so peaceful here. On the other side, Mino is frantically tearing apart Loki's inventory pouch, desperately searching for her stone. She mutters, I was such an idiot to give him my stone. I should never have done that. Meanwhile, Loki is feeding his spirit weapon with a normal weapon. Then Loki suddenly says, isn't it strange? You know about me, and yet you ask who I am. Mino says, I don't know who you are. Loki replies, you know that I'm a human. That's enough. I'm a human, and that's all that matters. Mino sits beside him and says, what nonsense are you talking about? Loki asks, Mino, are you a human? She says, obviously. I'm a human. Loki says, if you're a human, that's enough. He becomes completely quiet, and Mino just keeps looking at him, confused. She thinks, what is he trying to say? I don't understand anything. But looking at his face, something feels strange. Somehow he's right. We're both humans. Maybe that's all we need to know.